I want to talk about some other ballot issues that we have yet to get to tonight. And for that, want to welcome in Michael Fields, who is the head of the conservative advocacy group Advance Colorado, whose organization has 3 issues up for voters' consideration tonight. Michael, thank you for taking time. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on, Kyle.
Let's first talk about Amendment 80. This is to write school choice into the state constitution. Currently, it's Colorado law that parents have the ability to send children to the school of their choice, and your group wants to put it in the state constitution where it would be better protected against the whims of legislators. And currently, right now, if I'm not mistaken, we've got about 47% in favor of that, 53% opposed. You need 55% yes in order to change the constitution. With about half the vote counted, do you think that you all are going to fall short tonight on that?
Yeah, it looks like that we are, Kyle. It's, hovering just under 50%. It might end up, around 50%. I think, you look at this and it's something, as you mentioned, we wanted to do it because we thought that there's going to be a tax coming on school choice. We still think that we think that the people just aren't prepared yet to see those attacks coming. There was a lot of money, $6 million plus spent saying it was a voucher. It's not a voucher. But I do think this is something that's going to come back in the future, given the threats that are going to be, happening at the legislature. And especially after Jared Polis leaves, as governor, the next governor definitely could be anti-school choice.
I want to get to the 2 other measures that your group, Advance Colorado, has up in the limited time that we have. Proposition 128. This would require people convicted of certain crimes to serve at least 85% of their sentence, as opposed to the current parole possibility of 75% with reductions for good behavior. I think we may have those results to show people. That currently leads by a wide margin, 62 to 38%. You just need a simple majority to pass. That appears safe. Let me ask you this. Obviously, Republicans have been running on a crime and justice message here in Colorado. I don't know how much they have to show for it, honestly, in the last couple of years, but I'm certain that you believe that that's a pretty strong message sent by voters tonight.
Yeah, this is a path forward for us. We want to make Colorado safer, and looking at this measure, putting violent criminals in jail longer. They're getting out at 46% of their current sentence. This would make it 85. So we think it makes Colorado safer. I think you're going to see us bring more measures in the future talking about safety because the legislature simply won't do it at the Capitol.
And then finally, Prop 130. This would set aside $350 million of current state revenue, source unknown, to provide a $1 million death benefit to the families of fallen law enforcement officers in our state, as well as fund grants for law enforcement hiring and retention. That is currently up 6%, 53% to 40%. You just need 50% plus 1 for that to win. I'm going to say that that's too close to call, but I'm guessing that you also feel like that's a strong statement backing the blue.
Yeah, I think that this is going to end up passing. We're waiting for El Paso to get their numbers in, but I do think it'll pass. And, police are much more popular out there than they are in the legislature. So this is another one we can fund law enforcement. Crime is pretty high in Colorado right now. This gives them the resources and that $1 million death benefit to families of, people who are lost in the line of duty. It's a big thing for them. So we're happy. We're confident that we're going to win this one.
And if you were in charge of the legislature and you had to choose where the $350 million came from, where would you take it from?
Well, I think, you look at this $41 billion budget, I think it could come from a lot of places, but, you think about the priority should be safety. And so I think, this shouldn't come from education. It shouldn't come from healthcare. There's a lot of money out there floating around that should go to local law enforcement. Governor Polis said he wants to make us one of the top 10 safest states. We're not even close right now. So I think this money will help get us a lot closer to that.
Michael Fields, head of the conservative group Advance Colorado. Looks like you're going to go 2 of 3 tonight, not getting school choice into the Constitution, but getting the 85% of sentences for eligibility for parole, or if 85% of sentences for parole, as well as that death benefit for fallen law enforcement officers around our state. Additionally, I appreciate you tastefully blurring your background as you are currently working at another television station in town tonight. Thank you for taking time to jump on with us, Michael. I appreciate it.